Well, it is the TV series that's broken world records around the world, of course. Off Campus reached 36 million viewers in its first 12 days, entering viewership history.
Now, on the surface, the teen drama looks like any other, but it has sparked a conversation around healthy relationships.
It's the hockey romance taking the world by storm.
Like being in love with someone who doesn't see you.
The story told through a refreshing lens. Love stripped of toxicity. And characters raw and relatable.
It's scary telling the world something I'm not ready for it to know.
From modelling healthy masculinity...
Trust. That's it. She's just got to feel completely safe.
...to positive female friendships.
You're everything. Never forget that. Okay? You are everything.
A new narrative flipping the script on toxic love stories.
You went to a party, sweetie. You were a high school kid who had a drink, that's all. You didn't do anything wrong, Hannah.
Well, for more, we're joined by clinical psychologist Shuktika Bose, live in Perth. Shuktika, we always love seeing you. Okay, I feel like, full disclosure, I have to say, so many people absolutely love this. We were not two of them. Okay, so we have watched it. We
tried.
We really tried.
We really tried, Shuktika.
And we really didn't like it. But from a psychological perspective, why do you think so many people are drawn to it, obsessed by it?
Good morning, Mon and Matt. What a way to start today. I'm so curious by the fact that the two of you didn't like it. I have to say that going into watching this show, I was really skeptical. You know, you hear about shows like this that are going off the charts. They're supposed to be changing narratives, yada, yada. Watching it, though, I was so impressed. I think from a psychological perspective, the obsession isn't really about the hockey player and the aspiring singer falling for each other. I think that it's fundamentally about recognition. People are seeing the kind of relationships that they want in their lives, but they're rarely being shown in the media. And I think that as the intro clip showed, it's the friendships as much as the romance. You know, Ali and Hannah backing each other, the way that Hannah's mum shows up for her. I think people who encourage each other and have each other's back. And I think that what we're really drawn to is watching people feel safe enough to be themselves and to grow, and safe enough to say what's really on their mind and also put it to their music. I think that's might be part of what it is.
So it's sort of that lack of toxicity in all of those relationships that people are now drawn to?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I think that lack of toxicity, which really stems, well, it speaks very differently to some other shows and some movies that we might have seen throughout time. I think that the relationships that we grow up watching really sets the bar for what we expect and what we accept in our own relationships. And so shows like this, for anyone who's still trying to form their idea of what normal is, especially young people, this can become a really good reference point that they can build from to show honest communication and how to show up for yourself and each other.
It's interesting also, just breaking down those stereotypes, that there were, like, the hot girls weren't awful. You know, the hot guys weren't awful. They
and
were
we're sick of being portrayed like that, aren't we?
It's a stereotype.
Yeah, we've been trying to crack it for years.
But Shuktika, maybe we should flesh out a little bit more about what we didn't like about it, because mass respect to everyone who is liking it, and there's lots of times when I am out on a limb and like something that no one else does. But what was it for you, David, that
I didn't like?
Yeah.
For me, it was only the writing, the production and the acting that I couldn't get around. But apart from that, I thought it was fantastic. But you can see this worldwide love of this series now, because it's smashing records, Shuktika.
Really is.
Like, we are really one out of the box, so don't listen to us.
Yeah, no.
But it is certainly, it has captured the imagination of a whole lot of people, particularly young people.
Yeah, absolutely it has. And I think, as I said, you know, it really speaks to the fact that it's so refreshing to have a different take on what relationships and what friendships can be like. You don't have to be toxic to get along with other people. You don't have to be toxic to create a gripping TV show. And I think that's part of it, you know, that when shows in the past have made drama and jealousy look like that passion, people tend to feel that that's what they need to expect in their own relationships. And so a show like this actually demonstrates that steady, honest love and friendships can really break the mold.
Yes. Yep.
Well, Shuktika, I've just written that down. You don't have to be toxic to make good TV, and I'm going to take that into our next production meeting. So thank you very much for
your time. But I'm just thinking of other programs that do that. Ted Lasso, Shrinking.
The morning show.
There's a bunch of there's a bunch of them. Shuktika, thank you so much.
Thank you, mate.
Thank you. Have a great day.
We really appreciate it.